grip and drops him. Fortunately, Takeru falls right near the place where they camped the night before. That means returning to the village will be easy. They start heading back. Takeru is holding a tree branch he found. B asks what it is, and Takeru explains it came from his bag. It's a branch of the famous tree Yggdrasil. B channels a bit of mana into it, and the branch transforms into a magic staff. Suddenly, B hears something and runs into the forest. Takeru follows him and finds an elf girl sitting there. He wonders if she was attacked by monsters. She says no, she hasn't eaten anything for 3 days and needs water. Takeru gives her some to drink, but then she says she's hungry again. That's when Takeru remembers the innkeeper packed him a lunch. Takeru hands it to her, and she really likes the lunch a lot. Seeing that she's okay now, Takeru asks, "Tell me something. The village isn't even that far from here, so how are you out here without any food?" The girl replies that she was in a hurry. Takeru says, "Even if you were in a hurry, you could have at least packed some basic rations. That's just common sense." Hearing that, the elf girl gets a little annoyed. She's about to explain her reason, but then Takeru notices a really strong smell coming from her. Seeing his reaction, the elf gets angry and says, "Fine, if that's how it is, I'm leaving. I'm in a hurry anyway." Saying that, she runs off. In the next scene, Takeru gathers more materials from the forest and finally comes out to the road. Just then, he sees a horse carriage approaching. The people in it are surprised to see him there and ask, "Where are you headed?" He says, "I'm going to Tormi village." Hearing this, they tell him that walking that far is pretty tough. They ask, "Are you a mage?" He replies, No, I just collect materials and sell them." The man says that's pretty rare. Then he adds, "If you're going to Tormi village, come with us. We're headed there too." Takeru agrees and hops in. Inside the carriage, he notices 2 kids who quickly become friends with him. Takeru asks them, "Why did you guys help me? What if I had been some kind of thug? What would you have done then?" They tell him that they would have known because they have an item that warns them when danger is nearby. Hearing that, Takeru thinks he should make an item like that too. He introduces himself and they introduce themselves as well. The lady says, "My name is Eliza, this girl is Yunon, this girl is Ken, and that man is Poron." Suddenly, they all hear B's sound. Yunon asks him to show them what it is. Takeru says he's not sure if he should because the monster is extremely rare. Eliza tells him that monsters aren't that rare, and adventurers often keep them with them. So Takeru agrees and shows them B. He tells them it's a baby black dragon, but he doesn't tell them it's actually an ancient dragon. They're shocked and say, "This is a dragon. Does that mean you're a Dragonite?" Takeru quickly says no, and explains he just found the dragon egg. Hearing that, they're even more surprised and say they've never heard of such a thing. Takeru then asks, "Does that mean dragons really are rare?" Eliza answers yes, and that Dragonites are rarely seen, but seeing a real dragon is even rarer. By night, they stop somewhere to camp. Takeru cooks dinner for everyone. They absolutely love the food. Poron likes it so much he almost starts crying. After that, they all have fun together, dancing, singing, enjoying the night. Seeing this, Takeru feels really happy, because he's finally experiencing a night of joy he never got to enjoy back on Earth. They eventually fall asleep, wake up the next morning, and prepare to leave again. This time, Takeru drives the carriage, and finally they reach the village. Everyone says goodbye and leaves. Seeing Poron, Merlo says, "If Poron is back, that means spring is coming too." He clarifies that he's talking about the season, not a girl named Spring. Takeru asks what Poron actually does, and Merlo explains that during winter, Poron travels to warmer places and works there weaving clothes to earn money. After that, Takeru returns to the shop where Jeremy begins checking all of Takeru's materials. Takeru also shows him the Mistral ore, along with the Mistral magic ore. Jeremy is shocked when he sees it and asks, "Where in the world did you get this? These are the kind of things you only read about in stories. They're so valuable that just a few pieces can replace magic stones for the entire kingdom." Takeru is stunned to hear how powerful the ore actually is. He says he just happened to find them. Jeremy then tells him, "You really don't know anything about common sense in this world, do you? It would be better if you go to Belkown. It's a city much bigger than this village. You'll find an adventurers guild there, and you'll get plenty of information. You'll understand how this world really works. You can also sell your materials there." Takeru agrees with him. In the next scene, Takeru goes back to his room and starts researching what a guild actually is. After learning a lot about guilds, he says, "I'm really lucky to have come to this world. I want to travel. I want to see things I've never seen before. And if I become an adventurer, I'll be able to earn money and travel at the same time." He decides that he'll go to Belkane and join the guild, but he still has a lot to do in the village first, so he'll go later. After that, he cuts up the falcon and shares all the meat with the entire village, and they end up having a small celebration. The same girl who cut the falcon prepares soup stock powder from its bones. The lady then says, "When you leave tomorrow, this place is going to feel really empty without you. The villagers want you to stay a little longer." But Takeru says, "I'm sorry, but there are so many things out there in the world that I want to see." She says, "All right, but take this with you," and gives him a lunch pack. She gives him a lot of lunch. In the next scene, Takeru returns to his room. He realizes that Jeremy won't buy this magical mithril ore because it's way too valuable. Takeru thinks that maybe he should use it himself somehow. He says that this village has helped him so much, so he wants to turn this ore into something that will benefit the village. He looks at the lantern and wonders if he can combine it with the ore. He tries it, and the item is created perfectly. Light is extremely happy to see that the tool they wanted has finally been completed. In the following scene, it's time for Takeru to leave. Everyone has come to say goodbye. He hands the magic tool to Merlo and says that he made it. This item will create a barrier around the entire village. No monster or bandit will be able to enter. Merlo is shocked and asks if he's sure he wants to give them something so valuable. Takeru says that this is his way of saying thank you, and that he wants them to be safe until he returns. Jeremy realizes that Takeru used the mithril ore to build this tool. He tries to talk to him about it, but Takeru runs away before he can say anything. Takeru continues his journey toward Belkheim. On the way, he sees a huge crab with a C rank, and it's edible. As soon as he hears that, Takeru gets ready to fight it. But before he can attack, B knocks the crab out instantly. 2 more crabs appear, but they defeat those easily as well. Night falls, and they camp there, cooking and eating the crab. After traveling for a long time, they finally reached the commercial city of Belkin in the kingdom of Algerio. When scanning the area, Takeru learns that this city has the biggest guild on the continent. Before entering the city, an inspection is taking place. The guards check him and say that it's rare to see a gatherer. They ask if he's here to sell materials. Takeru says no, he actually wants to join the guild. The guard agrees, but says he first needs to use Avers on him. Avers is a magic spell used to check if someone is a good person or a criminal. The guard checks Takeru but finds nothing suspicious. Takeru starts wondering if other people can see his real stats. He tries scanning the guard back and sees that his own stats look normal. He assumes the extra skills the god gave him probably can't be detected by others. But then the guard asks why he has the blessing of the dragon. So Takeru shows him B and explains that he has a dragon as his partner. The guard asks for proof, so Takeru puts on the charm that the village kids made for him. B becomes very happy seeing it. The guard then says he'll inform the mayor that a dragon entered the city. They direct Takeru toward the guild and welcome him to Belkheim. Inside, he gets excited seeing all kinds of people. He heads straight to the guild registration desk, where the receptionist, Ariana, welcomes him. She asks him to fill out a form, and he writes that he's a material gatherer. Ariana asks if he has any combat experience. Takeru says yes. A little like defeating a huge bird, wolves with snake tails, and a giant crab. Ariana asks if he has proof. He says yes and pulls the giant crab out of his bag. It's so heavy that the table breaks. Everyone around is shocked. Takeru asks if that's enough proof. The guildmaster sees everything and notices that Takeru also has an item box. He becomes suspicious and uses Avers on him. He finds out that Takeru is telling the truth and isn't a bad person. He asks Takeru if he has any other party members he wants to register with. Takeru says yes. B is his partner. Everyone is stunned that a gatherer has a dragon partner. All the adventurers start thinking that if Takeru joined their party, they would benefit a lot. They try to approach him, but Ariana stops everyone and takes Takeru to another room to complete his registration. She gives him a guild card that looks like a bracelet and explains that he'll start at rank F and slowly rise. In the next scene, Takeru visits the house of the soldier he found earlier in the forest. We learn that before coming to the village, Takeru asked the guards for the soldier's home address. He discovers that the soldier was working to buy medicine for his sick father. When Takeru sees that the father is really ill, he gets an idea. Sometime later, we see Takeru bringing high-quality materials to a client at the guild. Ariana arrives and tells him that he has received a lot of job requests. He knows he can't accept all of them, so he picks a few. Later, he goes to the hot springs. He remembers that it's been 1.5 months since he came to Belkheim. When he first arrived, the water here was really dirty, so he used his cleaning power to purify it. Now he relaxes in the warm water, enjoying the break. Clay arrives at the hot spring. He rarely comes here. We learn that Takeru used his healing power to cure the soldier's father. Clay asks if he can use healing magic, but Takeru says he just copied someone